in the entire auction. What do
Yeah,
you say?
yeah, early on, especially as soon
Yeah.
as it got listed, it was one that I got a bunch of questions on. We've had a bunch of people stopping, looking at it, and kind of going over the boiler. Those have been kind of staples out at a show in Santa Margarita, California, for the show out there, the uh, over Memorial Day. Really nice tractor. It was certified in California. I think the certification sheet's listed in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all around that's a nice engine, and it's a good size, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and I don't know. It seems like anytime we have Advance or Kex,
Hmm.
that seems to be two brands of steam engine that just everybody's after.
Hmm.
Waterloo Boy in. Oh, hey, what about this Spoker D? I think you took that in, Alex. But this thing is,
Oh,
yeah, it's killer. I
nice.
mean this could literally go in the lobby of any hotel or hospital. And what's cool about it is it's completely optioned out. It's got that lighting generator on it, and it's got power takeoff as well, which is that's pretty tough to find on a D. Um,
But I mean, everything's been done.
yeah,
There's nothing that you have to touch on that at all. It's all pretty correct restoration as well.
yeah,
Not something that's got a bunch of parts that don't belong or anything like that.
right. Hey, we've got two 816 Averys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And both pretty equal. They're both pretty nice tractors.
Both had mechanical work done.
Yep.
One's got kind of an older restoration, and one is a little bit closer to prepped for restoration. So yeah, you could kind of go either way there.
Yeah, and you know what? Those are a bargain right now.
Oh yeah,
I mean, 14,000 and 21,000. That's what a great deal.
and that's a nice, also a nice tractor that you can haul size wise, and you can put that on a little car trailer, take that to a show, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely,
doesn't take up a whole ton
absolutely.
of space.
Hey, the General Ordnance tractor. That's a great a tractor that was sent over to us from England. Actually, a good collector from South Africa sent it to us via England. But friction drive, those are kind of hard to find. Hey, boy, take your time and I hope you check out this 65 case because that engine is super. I mean, it's got practically a brand new boiler on it, Minnesota tested. Just I can't say enough good things about that engine. I
Yeah.
mean, it's turnkey. It's ready to go.
Right,
And
right.
was ran at a show every year. We put a lot of information up on that. New boiler by Lund Boiler Works. But that's a great engine if you want something that you don't have to do any work to.
Right, right.
Um,
Now that tractor, just a side note, that tractor is selling off site, just
yeah,
so everybody's
it's
aware.
still at the owner's site in
Right,
Minnesota.
right. That's one of
Yeah,
the few
thanks.
items that didn't make it down to our site.
Right,
Most everything else is here.
Yeah, yeah, and as far as you've got a month to pick this stuff up. Just let us know. We'll work with you. We're here every day except for Saturdays and Sundays, but we will have a Saturday loadout
Right.
not this weekend, but next weekend.
Correct, correct. And
Yeah.
that we'll have an appointment scheduled that if you do want to sign up for a time to come pick up during that time frame, go ahead and fill that out when you get your invoice, and you'll be all set.
And hey, we're absolutely positively going to work with you. So if you need to make an appointment or something like that, we're here to help you. So, hey, talk about this steam trailer, Alex.
This is just neat as can be. So there's the Lindauer family out of southern Indiana. They had put this together. They had put together a couple trailers actually, and they wanted to be able to show things working, and because it's just like any show, you go and you take something, it's like, well, what did that do? Well, this is set up so you can see exactly what some of these did. It's got pumps, engines, water pumps are on there, air pumps. and it's got 2 vertical boilers on there. They are this is something that they would steam up the boilers, and they would run all the equipment so you could display everything all at once. I mean, it's a trailer you can hook to and take to a show, and everything's there bolted, ready to go.
Yeah, so think steam powered Rube Goldberg.
Yeah. I mean, there's just stuff going on all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of monkey motion going on there. I think it's I don't know that it's necessarily a OSHA approved play toy, but keep your hands and feet inside the ride. But yeah, neat piece. Let's see. Let's review here a little bit. Looks like the 4065 still at 200. The 2545's at 160. Mogul hasn't moved. Been some action on the gas pole. That's up to 71,000. Been some action on the UDLX. That's at 56. A little more action on that 12 horse advance. It's now broke 40,000. Spoker D has moved at 41.5. The Go is still that's still a great deal there. That Geyser 12-ton roller. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. This thing needs some work, but talk about rare.
Yeah.
Holy Moses!
One of 2 probably that are known.
Yeah,
and that is just neat as can be.
It is. Hey, speaking of rollers,
lot 79 is our second roller.
Hey, so this was a little bit of a late consignment, but you want to talk about something that is super cool. So I hate that it's got the sheet metal on it, because underneath there is a 2-cylinder opposed engine.
Side shaft engine.
2-cylinder opposed side shaft. That's right.
Really, really heavy built engine, built by Austin.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is super, super neat. This had gone through a couple collections out in Pennsylvania, and they had gotten it running just before bringing it here, and then once we got it here, we were able to kind of get it. I know they belt started it, but we ended up getting it to where it could.
You did get it to hand start.
Yeah, got it to hand start a couple times, and towards the end of the show.
I mean, if that sheet metal wasn't on there, I mean, how cool would that thing look?
Yeah.
I was actually talking to a guy today about this, and we've had a ton of interest in this thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But that engine is so similar to a Here, really similar to a Here. So anyhow, pretty cool piece. That thing has really drawn a lot of attention. I didn't mean to skip past a bunch of stuff, but that roller. Hey, how about the best 60? Let's talk about the best 60 here, Alex.
Yeah.
Fill them in on
this
that.
This was another one that the 5-ton and the 30, or one of the 30s, they came in all together, and all ran and drove on the trailer, and all ran and drove off the trailer. I hand started each one of them. We've run them around the lot. I think they all got videos. If you're interested in seeing that, but just nice all around tractors. Clean, not a bunch of stuff broken up and busted on them. I mean, they're good. They came out of California, so I mean, they came from good territory.
Yeah, and it's of course you talk to cat guys, and then you really get the lowdown, but there really is something to the engineering on a best crawler as opposed to a Holt crawler. I mean, there's a difference. And that's why
real distinct sound, and they typically run really nice, which these do.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else we got? How about the
motorcycles?
How about the motorcycles?
Yeah.
1908 Excelsior, which Alex found that dude buried.
Oh, yeah.
In a garage.
Yeah.
I mean, buried.
Yeah, it was. We've got quite a few signs that are selling this week, and some that have sold already. But this was part of that same collection, and it was in a small garage. The first time I saw it, it was apart. The owner was able to kind of put things back together and make it whole again. But yeah, just a kind of a nice old bike. That it has a lot of potential. We think it's he had it down as a 1908. We think it may be a little bit later than that, just judging by the engine and the serial number on it. But nice overall bike. And then the next lot is the American. That's a beautiful original bike.
And what was it, about 4 or 5 years ago? We sold this bike,
Right.
And
right.
Unfortunately, the owner passed away, and we've got it back again, but super original and rare.
Right. You see, if you look at some of the detail shots on the gas tank there, you can read the American logo, and just kind of a cool bike.
Yeah.
Belt drive.
Yeah, super cool. Hey, how about we literally have a buffet of high wheelers
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
So this lot 25 that was brought to us by a good friend of ours in Minnesota, and who's a really super talented guy, and he's got electric start with a ring gear,
which makes it it's really nice.
I mean, it's done really well.
Yeah, it's not like he messed anything up by doing it. It was one of those things that he kind of added to where it can be taken off if you don't like it, but I tell you what, we've had a blast with it, just being able to kind of go up there and hit the button inside the buzz box.
I'll tell you what, when it's about 105 in the shade in August, that electric start's pretty nice.
I mean, for taking to a show, I mean, man, we all piled in it earlier on. What was that, a week ago or so? We piled into it,
and look at that bling on there.
Yeah.
Maybe IHC headlights. How impressed Jess is. I mean, she was like, wow.
I know.
Cannot believe
her mouth dropped.
I mean, genuine IHC. Unbelievable. Right, Jess? Give me a yeah. All right. Atta girl. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and even though we do have 4 of them, they are all different models and styles. So we've got the buggy, which has been kind of fully done. All new paint, new rubber on the tires, all new interior. It's had mechanical work done. There's nothing left to do there.
Yeah. So that's the buggy.
Right.
So there were international auto buggies and international auto wagons.
Right.
And the wagon then that's the farm truck.
There you go. Yeah. So we got literally a wagon body.
Yeah.
On the back, and again, a nice restoration done on it.
Yeah, got the acetylene tank for the lights. So that is super cool. Hey, I didn't mean to skip over. You got to take a look at this steamboat.
It's first steamboat that I've sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a pretty cool boat in itself. It's got they've run this. It's one that has been run and fired before. Newer boiler on it. I forget what the year was on that. They put a new boiler on it, but it's got papers and everything that come with it. Let's see here. Yeah, but again, 2001 was when the new code boiler was put in. And I think the owner told us it had been fired just a couple times since then.
Yeah, Alex and I tried to. I don't know how to run a steam engine, but Alex can, and so we actually tried to go out and take that water scan, but it kind of turned into a trolling for snapping turtles kind of situation. So, what do we got up next here, man?
Let's see here. Going down the list. Next up. Went over the cats. We've got, there's a nice Cat 30. I know we talked about the best 30 and best 60, but then we got the Cat 30 with the canopy. Nice running driving tractor. The Cat 60 next to it. Another tractor that kind of got the
Sorry about that. I was getting a ton of messages at the same time here. So
Yeah, yeah. The Cat 60 running driving tractor. That was kind of a one that came in a little bit later, and we got some updated photos of it and some video. Nice tractor. Let's see next. The Banning.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's kind of a cool one. One that you just never ever see, just because that is about the same as a Greyhound, same tractor, but you'll notice on the radiator that it has cast in the Banning Tractor Company. Really kind of a neat tractor. Not I don't know that there's
sorry about that. Now I'm up
there we
here.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that radiator.
Yeah. So neat tractor. I just we had some questions on it running, and we just got it running. It of course ran before it got here, but put some video up of it so everybody kind of sees it runs. It runs nice. Yeah, nice rare piece.
All right. Then after that, Alex, I wanted to talk about, it was right after the Banting. Shoot, I'm on page 2. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah, around lot 34, 35.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Alex, why don't you jump over here in my seat and let me take this call.
Okay.
Got a bidder needing a little help here.
So continuing down the list, we'll see. Screen refreshed here. So there's actually, lot 34, 35, I think is where we kind of left off. That one Massey Harris GP, that is marked X1 experimental. So that would have been a pre-production tractor where they had some parts on there that were experimental that they were working on. Really kind of a nice overall tractor. It hasn't. We had it running here on site, but the mag was intermittent as far as getting spark. So we had it for a little while, had it running, driving, and then the mag stopped, and we never could get it back. So the mag will need some work on that, but overall, kind of a nice looking tractor. It's got some great original decals you can see there on the back side. It's got Massey Harris and original stenciling on the back axle. Pretty honest tractor, honestly. And there's a couple decals throughout, so you can kind of tell it's original. There's the X1 on the tag. Really nice piece, though. Back to the catalog. The next up that's got some pretty neat to it would be the Frick. That is that's a really rare tractor, honestly. Very similar to a Huber Super 4 or Light 4 with big front wheels, kind of same format, but different tractor altogether. This is kind of a neat original. It's got an original canopy on it. The leather on top of the canopy is all original. Really kind of a nice tractor. We've had that running. There's some video of it up and rolling. The lugs on that one are unique. They're kind of an L-shaped lug. Made her back.
Yep, made her back. We got him taken care of.
Or,
you're on the Frick.
Yeah.
That was one that I wanted to talk about. That tractor is really it's super complete. I don't think that tractor had hardly any wear to it. That's one of the better tractors. Original. It's been repainted, obviously, but other than that, I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's tight and it's unmolested. There's been no cobbling done on it. One of very few. I may be repeating what you said, but
That's all right.
that might be the only one with. No, I think maybe they said there were 2 with canopy.
With a canopy. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but that's all original.
Super cool.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, then we've got a ton of Rumleys in, and some really nice running and driving ones. This 3050, you can check the video out on it. It's just as smooth as can be. I drove that around the parking lot a ton. At the open house, we had it going around a ton. Yeah, nice tractor. And then 37, the Rome, that's something that you.
Oh yeah, so that little Rome, I've actually got one of those tractors in my collection, and it was I've had it for quite a while, but there's very few of those known. Maybe 8. And I'm sure there's some out there that we just don't know about because it's kind of an unassuming thing. But this came in at the last minute from a collector down in Florida. An interesting story with it was he had patent papers on this, and I've done tons of research on that tractor and never found anything, but he had original patent papers, and it was invented by a guy named Charles Brown, and the seller attended Cornell University in the early 60s and had a summer job with Cornell, and this Mr. Brown had donated his estate, including his real estate, to Cornell University. So they were cleaning the buildings out, and that's when this tractor was found. And so the current owner has owned that since the early 60s, and he was a career military man, which we thank him for his service, but he moved all over the country and drug that thing with him the whole time and didn't start it. Had never started it.
That's the kind of cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, owned that tractor for 60 years, and we got it here, and we put Master Magician Dave on it, and he had it going in about 6 hours, and he was it's so unique, and so he fiddled with it a little more, and we took it out. We mowed road ditches with it. So
yeah.
really super cool, and that's a nice original one. In fact, of all the Romes, I know most of them. That's the nicest one that's out there. What's it at now? 18,000.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Get back to going in line here, and then we've got just a whole mess of both lightweights, heavyweights. Kind of a good mix. I mean, and most of them are pretty affordable right now, to be honest. The R runs really nice, the K runs really nice, the H runs really nice. We've had all those running, driving around. We've got a pair of L's to choose from, a good set of extensions. Let's see here, and then down that 43. This was kind of a neat one. This is another 1225 Avery. Of course, we're selling the nice restored one up top, and then this one down below. This one came directly off the farm in Montana, and this was one that was just found kind of around them at home, and they drug it in and never really had much to do it. So it's kind of an unmolested original that really just kind of needs.
But and you went out to see that stuff, but hard to believe there's still something like that, just like sitting around on the farm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of land out there, and I think that's probably the only reason that stuff has kind of been tucked away as long as it has. All right. Oh.
The obvious one, dude.
Yeah,
you got to talk about that.
Yeah, so lot 44, the Murphy Calendar Company powerhouse. This was a super good call that came in, and what happened was, the Murphy Calendar Company, they were of course producers back in the early 20s, and they built this in the 20s to power their facility. And they were kind of power was unreliable at that point, so they decided to make their own. This has been untouched. It is like walking back in time. Since they shut it down in the 40s. So there's a big coreless engine and a couple other steam engines, a little bit here and there. I mean, everything is there. The switchboard,
mean,
the
old- yeah, the
generator.
old power panels. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's really neat. Really neat.
So a developer has purchased the property from the county that owns it now, or did own it, and they were not interested in the contents, so the county kept ownership of that, and they are selling it to benefit the county. So you're basically buying all of what's there related to the engine. You just have to remove it from the building. There's basically you can't take down the building or have the building or anything else, but you've got the contents, and yeah, just kind of a neat thing that man, it'd just be neat to see that.
Well, it'd be,
taken down.
Yeah,
and
what
put
would
back.
be great is to just like pick that whole building up and set it in your yard.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I had a couple questions come in asking, "Hey, is the building available?" And I wish it was, to be honest, just to keep it together, but that's just not the way it worked out, unfortunately. So then we got a whole bunch of cars. We got a ton of cars this year.
It's the biggest bunch of cars we've had at one time, and of course we've got 10 cars from the movie Killers of the Flower Moon. There's some of those are some, for those of you that it matters to, there's some Leonardo DiCaprio DNA on there.
Yeah, there's probably a couple hair strings in there somewhere.
I mean,
we'll leave that up to the owners to find that.
Clone a Love Baby off that, you could probably make some money. But then, and we had a lot of cars come in from other collectors, just literally all over the country. That lot 46, that little Buick Model K Roadster, that thing is a lot of fun. I mean, that's really, really a cool car.
Yeah. The Stanley Steamer, I spent a lot of time running around in that. We had a good buddy of ours come up and fire it up for us, and it was a blast kind of running it around, and I'm shocked how nice and smooth everything ran with that engine. It's got a new boiler in it. A lot of it's been gone through. We drove it around for hours, and I mean, really just kind of had a blast with it. It just a nice car. Nice driver.
Another nice little car is that lot 62. If you show them that little Dodge Touring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a rare car, but that car, if you want something to throw the grandkids in the back and go to the Dairy Queen in,
Good driver.
Oh, it's a great driver. I mean, the guys have driven it around here, and the guy that brought it, that's kind of what he used it for.
Yeah, electric fuel pump's been added to it,
Yeah.
just to make it a little more user friendly, and man, it's an electric start. So it is one that you can just kind of jump in and enjoy.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Alex, I want you to go to lot 69.
Okay.
And I want you to click on some larger photos of that. You need to pay attention to this tractor. That's a 2850 Hart Par, which those are grossly underappreciated tractors in my opinion,
especially with that cab.
And this is a New York special with those heavy cast wheels.
Yeah, look at that.
And this is a really clean, nice, tight tractor, and it starts easy. It was kind of a favorite at the open house. But man, pay attention to that thing, because that's worth the money. I mean, it's at $7,100, and when you're driving that thing, it's like prairie tractor feel to it. I mean, small, obviously, but you got that operator's cab, and it's got this huge platform that 3 or 4 people can get on, and it's just that's a nice tractor. I mean, it just is. You know what? I don't think we talked much about that Mancy 4-wheel drive.
No. I tell you what, we'll go back to that. I kind of touched on it while you were.
Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine if you did, because that thing is, it's the real deal. It's an experimental prototype.
Let's see, a lot of good cars. And then we got kind of there's a little lineup of this thing I thought was pretty neat. This is this little Buick buggy that the guys brought in. This was kind of a neat little hillbilly rig that, I mean, it'd be kind of a neat one to take to a show and just kind of put around in.
That's what it would be good for. I mean, it'd be good for driving around at a show.
Right. Just a big buggy seat.
Towards the end of the auction, there's a great selection of kind of 30s era tractors. So I mean, they're kind of entry level. There's some Twin Cities on there. There's some unstyled Alice's. There's two flathead R and RC cases, which are real hard to find. Hey, down there, right at the end, 127. There's a Moline Universal for $2,700.
Mm-hmm.
There's a deal. I'll tell you what. I think it's getting to be 6:30 now, so I think we can. Alex, did you talk about Lot 8? That was kind of one of your go-to tractors, that little 1225 Avery.
Oh yeah, no, I guess we didn't. I don't know, somehow we missed over that. Yeah, that is a nice restored tractor. I have I've started that I don't know, probably a dozen times throughout, just kind of showing it off, just because it is such a reliable, running and driving tractor. And the one thing I like on these Averys is this one's done, and the one thing I will mention is these contractor lugs that are on it.
Oh,
they're big. They're big sweeping lugs, kind of two-piece lugs that make it so smooth to drive. I mean, whether you're on rock, concrete, grass, really kind of make you're not shaking like you are on big pointy lugs or anything like that.
I had those on a 2550, and it's the smoothest riding lugs you could get.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, really, you put that on concrete, I mean, you can literally just pull the wheel and it'll roll.
Yeah.
That's got the original toolbox and everything on it. That's a nice tractor.
All right. Well, hey, folks, it's a little after 6:30. I think we'll go ahead and sign off and let you tend to business. And we're going to be back tomorrow night with gas
engines. And we've got a few more auctions to close out this week, and then it'll be on to the races for all the other auctions we've got this year. So, yeah, we've got a lot to sell left. So make sure you kind of check out the rest of the auctions, whether it be signs, parts, there's implements, you name it. So there's a lot left. So make sure you check it all out.
Yeah, about 200 gas engines in 2 different auctions.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.